Hi, my name is Keith Brzezinski, and here today we're to talk about how you can tie your boat up to a dock at Western Carolina Sailing Club. I've got 20 years with Western Carolina Sailing Club. I also have 20 years with the U.S. Navy, and before that I spent 3 years in high school working at a marina, so I know just a little bit about seamanship, and I'm here to share some of that with you today. So what I want to focus on, the minimum requirement from the club as far as the size of the lines, and then the proper configuration of lines to tie your boat up to the dock. First one is the minimum requirement for the lines. The club rules specify that for a boat 26 foot and less, you need to have at least a 3/8 inch diameter 3-strand nylon line. And there's a good reason for that. If it's bigger than 26 feet, you need at least 7/16 inch. But I'm going to propose a 1/2 inch because it's easy, readily available, easy to work with, and commonly used throughout the club, plus it gives you a little bit of a safety factor. So let's talk about, here's a boat that's configured, the green lines representing a dock and a finger dock, and the blue representing the boat. Two types of lines. The first is a breast line, and the breast line keeps the boat from going away from the dock laterally. The spring lines keep the boat from moving forward or aft. So you need both. And one of the springs line will have a dual purpose, and I'll share that with you in a second. But first, let's get the breast lines in. The first breast line I'm going to draw from the bow to the dock. Usually there's an eye here, and from the stern to the dock. This keeps the boat from moving away. Another line goes from the bow to the dock to keep the bow from coming back in. Now we're going to talk about what keeps the stern in a second. But first I want to put a spring line in here. Breast, breast, breast. Now we're going to go to the spring line, and it goes from way back here on the dock to the bow. Now the boat can't surge forward and hit the dock. We'll put another one in that goes from the back of the boat to the dock. And that keeps the boat from going backwards. But if the tension's correct, that means the line is not in the water, it's out of the water, you won't be able to make contact by pulling the boat over next to the dock. So in essence, if that's correct, you really don't need fenders. Although fenders are a safety precaution, you might want to put some in here. Fenders are the round tubular cylindrical things that you might put next to the boat, so if it does make contact, it'll fend it off, but you can't rely on those. You really need to have the boat configured in a way that keeps it from making contact with the dock, either forward or aft and laterally. Okay, so we've talked about the minimum requirement, which is the size of the lines. I recommended a 1/2 inch 3-strand nylon. We've talked about the configuration of the lines. We haven't talked about how to fasten lines in a permanent way to the boat, so it's just real easy. When you come back to the dock, all you have to do is throw a hoop over a cleat and you're good, and it lasts decades. But that's another video. Thank you for listening today, Western Carolina Sailing Club.